So let's move on to the Patriots. Fascinating situation here because, like I said earlier, they got a number of COVID opt-outs coming back. You got the QB battle, which we'll definitely touch on in a sec. They went on a free agency frenzy. Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, Nelson Aguilar. A number of pieces on defense. I'm not even looking at the list because they made so many moves. They drafted Ramondre Stevenson. They have James White returning. They still have Sony Michel. He's not been traded. You got Jacoby Myers, who kind of ascended a little bit. And you have Damian Harris. I'll touch on that in a second. Man.
Certified sleeper.
I really
Damian
like
Harris. Look out.
Everyone that was in the league with me last year knows that I was pounding the table for him. And once they actually let him play, once they let him take over the lead dog.
He's a fucking beast.
He was awesome last year, but he does not catch enough passes. So, that's something to look out for. Because, honestly, if he caught, 40 passes, let's say, instead of 20, he's got major sleeper potential, top 15 kind of potential.
No, I agree with you.
As a runner.
100%.
He's a bowling ball.
Oh, I know.
A little short guy, but he's deceptively quick, too.
Absolutely.
And this is a team that should lean on the run. Even though the Patriots like to have a rotation there, they weren't like that last year.
No.
They let him take over that gig, and he literally single-handedly carried them.
I agree.
Especially when Cam Newton struggled. That's another thing to talk about. But one other thing, though, the Stephon Gilmore situation's interesting because he still very well may be the best corner in the league. So, is this team possibly a playoff team? We could break it down like this. Are they a playoff team if Cam starts all year? Are they a playoff team if it's Mack Jones? And who's going to win the job? That's the question.
I think they're a playoff team with either quarterback.
Really?
I do, because I think Bill Belichick is going to be out for revenge this year. I think they added a lot of talent, on the offensive side of the ball, too. Kendrick Bourne, Nelson Aguilar. They traded for Trent Brown.
Trent Brown was a massive pickup.
Right? They signed Hunter Henry, and they also signed Jonnu Smith on the offensive side of the ball. So they have a lot of pieces this time. And I feel like they're going to go back to the play action days, Brady's earlier days, where they run the football and then they hit you with the play action with 2 tight ends. I think that's going to be really effective. They got speedy wide receivers this time. I think their defense is going to be legit. They might have the best cornerback tandem in the game with J.C. Jackson and Stephon Gilmore. Gilmore 2 years ago was Defensive Player of the Year.
He's amazing.
And J.C. Jackson, he's ascending. We spoke about it earlier. They they brought back Kyle Van Noy. They signed Matthew Judon, and they also brought back Lawrence Guy.
And you got Dante Hightower.
He's awesome for them. Yeah, Dante Hightower.
Probably their best defensive player.
So
besides
I feel
Gilmore.
They lost Jason McCourty, but I don't think that's really much of a loss. You know what I mean?
Not much.
They still have Devin McCourty. He's much better.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for me, I think their defense is going to be outstanding this year. It just reminds me of the old Patriot days. Honestly, I feel like they're going to be very tough to beat.
Grinded out competitive team.
Grinded out, yeah. And they have the best coach.
With great coaching on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely.
Because if anyone's going to get the most out of this quarterback situation, it might be Josh McDaniels in a Patriots uniform, of course.
And I think Cam's going to win the job in the beginning. I do. Because I feel like I spoke about this last episode or 2 episodes ago, that if Mack Jones goes in there and he fails, then it's like, what do you do? Do you bring Cam in and then, see what he does? And then what are you going to do? Just bring back Mack Jones? I feel like it's going to hurt his confidence. So I think
it could go a number of ways there, but that's the reason you would have Cam in the background, But
yeah, but I also feel like that's why he's there, because I think he's going to start, and then they're going to see where he goes.
We're seeing some comments saying Cam sucks. Well, listen,
I agree. I'm not a big Cam guy.
Second year in this system, he should be better than last year. I'll put that out there.
Yeah.
And he has had a pretty good preseason, but so is Mack Jones.
Oh, he's awesome.
And I'm going to say, I think what impressed me is, obviously, he's poised. Mm-hmm. But what impressed me the most, I was just at the preseason game last week where they just took a dump on the Eagles. I think I was most impressed with his pocket presence, escapability-wise especially. He was moving up and around in the pocket and making some good throws. He made a one great throw down the field at N'Keal Harry. He's just trash. They need to cut him.
I don't know what the.
I mean, he fucked up his shoulder or something on that play.
It was right there on the money.
It was a perfect throw, and he avoided the blitz. There were a number of plays like that. I mean, I get it. It was not against the first stringers, but we've seen a lot of promising signs there. So like if they deem him ready, I'm okay with it, because I'd like to see what their unit's going to be like at their top upside. He might struggle a little bit, and he probably will when he does come in, like whenever it is. But I can definitely see Cam like starting the first few games just as the veteran presence, and he's got the respect of the locker room. Don't be surprised, though, if Mack Jones starts. That's a situation where I could see him starting, because I don't think they're a team that's risk-averse. I think that they're very much willing to throw him into the fire, and they believe that they have the pieces around him to do it.
I agree. And you know what's a thing to keep an eye out for? I know we spoke about Michael Thomas about a couple episodes ago. It would be really intriguing if the Patriots actually made a move for him. They're out of the conference.
Uh-huh.
They need a wide receiver with N'Keal Harry hurt. You never know. You never know.
Which player did you just say?
Michael Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
That's
a perfect fit.
Absolutely. Slam
and
boy
they
Thomas.
still have some cap remaining, I believe. I mean, they went crazy spending. I was reading a comment. When I left, I was reading a comment saying, it's preseason, dude. Chill. It means nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, simmer down over there. Was that John Pasillo?
Yeah.
Yo,
that's my guy.
Yo, tell him to chill out over there. I'm Mr. I don't give a fuck about preseason.
Oh, I don't either.
I put that on the record. But I'm just going to say, though, his pocket presence was impressive.
It was.
Because that's a thing where he's not expected to be moving around so fluidly in the pocket.
He should have
he's a guy that everyone thinks of as a statue.
Yeah.
That's all I said.
Yeah.
I take this out of context here.
No, I agree.
All right. So simmer down over there. Silo family, man. They're always bringing the fire every episode, though. I love it. I love it.
They're representing.
I love it.
I appreciate it.
I love it. Okay? Keep it coming. I'm not taking offense. By the way,
I think the Patriots had an A+ off season, honestly.
The logic behind this free agency spending is because they got a rookie quarterback on a rookie contract for the next 5 years.
Absolutely.
He's still going at me. Oh, man. Anyway, Mike Polidor, our own, he says that the Patriots should win 10, 11 games and they're a fringe playoff team. They should start Mack right away. Let him get going. Cam doesn't have it anymore. I kind of feel the same, though. But I could see them starting him for a couple games right out the gates, just to,
Yeah, Cam's going to be a starter.
But I don't know.
I believe that.
I don't know. I think it's a toss-up right now. So that's what Paul says. He does not have them making the playoffs, but he says they're fringe.